Yeah, my name is Vicente Moreno. I am working on a traditional tule canoe, balsa boat, or there's many different names that have been given. But it's basically a tule boat to commemorate the 50-year anniversary of the occupation of Alcatraz in a good way to have a good memory. We don't forget about the struggles of our ancestors and the struggles of our elders to continue fighting for what we know is just and right. Yeah, I got involved because the organizers basically said, well, we would like to have a traditional tule canoe out there. And I'm like, yes, I'll definitely be honored to do what I can. And here I am. Now we're making it in the last couple of days ready before we're ready out to go out and into that treacherous water. So the good thing about the tule canoe is that it handles waves really well. And I'm glad they asked me to do it because I think I'm probably one of the few who has the confidence to go out there. A lot of people are afraid to go out there. They hear tule canoe, they think, oh my gosh, you're going to drown or something. You're going to fall, you're going to sink or something. And that's kind of ridiculous. These things will not sink. Historically, of course, our ancestors have been doing these type of things for eons, and the bounty of the land and the water has always been here. Not so much in modern days, but in the past. So there was always plenty of tule. We wouldn't have to be hunting around for it. The way we'd have to do this and get it from 2 different locations. We were offered the opportunity to go and harvest at Mountain Lake in the Presidio, and we were grateful that we even had some help and that they had some really good specimens there. We were able to gather some good amount of bundles and bring them out here and dry them. So it was really nice and cooperative of them to do that. I appreciate that. It's helping the general public to remember that, you know, this island at one time was native territory by constitutional rights, and even that wasn't honored, just like the treaties were not honored. And the treaties are said to be the highest law of the land in Article, I forget, 6 or something in the Constitution. So that being said, it's just another way to kind of create awareness and educate, and at the same time within our own community, it's a cultural preservation issue where we get to practice our culture, we get to use it in a good way, and we get to educate at the same time and commemorate something that was looked upon as political, but yet it was cultural and about human rights at the same time. I think that it did make a difference. The impact that occupation had of Alcatraz was from changed national policy from termination to self-determination, for one, and that was significant and important. I think after that, also in 1978, is when we could actually practice our native cultural ways. And I think that it's important to recognize and acknowledge those things, and the best way to do it, making these practical things that our ancestors did and continuing the practice and showing the youth and the next generation that these things have not disappeared and that these customs still are valid and they still can be done in a good way and without hurting ourselves or anybody or the land or the water. We're just doing what our ancestors did, and they lived in perfect harmony with Mother Nature, and I think it's a good example of that in modern day, that we could still do something like this and not harm anybody or anything.